Hold on. Okay, now it's going.
Hey everybody, this is Matt from Shadow Moses 112, co-designer and video producer for our online podcast, and I'm here with Petey
Pete
Pop, right?
Torres, co-designer also and creator of Shadow Moses.
Yeah. So this week we're kind of gonna do some recapping of what we've seen so far at Toy Fair 2023, and then we'll probably go over some Wonder Festival stuff. I don't personally have too much to go over there, but you might have something that you want to talk about with that. And then we might talk to the shop, get into some other stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, so far I know we're in day we're on one of tomorrow is the last day of Toy Fair, I believe. And it's funny because when I was Googling it, there was concern that a lot of major toy brands actually dropped out of this year's Toy Fair. I didn't really look into it too much because I was more so trying to see some of the reveals, but I don't know if it had to do with them doing it in September because apparently it's normally in February. And then I think that there's actually some some companies have issue with it being in New York as opposed to West Coast. So I want to look into that a little bit more when I get some extra time to do that because I'm like kind of curious to see if we're going to lose like another fairly large con type thing on the East Coast. I mean, it's already like San Diego Comic Con is huge, as we all know, but like in terms of East Coast stuff, it's almost always in New York, and I don't know that we have anything quite as large as San Diego Comic Con. Anything that you could think of like that, or
No, I will say that there are, we are very lucky to have a lot of big cons, or I wouldn't say big cons, just cons in general in the DC area.
yeah,
Yep. I know we have
awesome.
Awesome Con, MagFest, Richmond Con, and then a small bunch of other ones like the Big Lick and like the Dulles Expo ones as well.
Yeah, I didn't go to Dulles Expo this year. Wish I had just to check it out again because they do have some cool stuff. I went to Brick Fair at the Dulles Expo Center. That was a lot of fun. I mean, it's really just looking at different things people have built with Legos and then seeing like individual characters that they've made, like unique mocks, unique custom characters. Like I bought some Master Chiefs there, so that's a fun thing. I know that we did the Dulles Con the one year. We need to start looking into doing it next year if we want to. Got to
Yeah.
figure out exactly what we can have set up at the booth because most of our stuff is done custom to order. So we need some cots ready to go. We need some on the shelf merchandise that people want to see there. So if you have anything that if you're in the area, if you're going to a con and you're looking for some props stuff, for like toy photography, or just setting up the diorama to display your figures, what kind of stuff you might be looking for that's kind of it's fun to get it firsthand rather than going online and ordering it and then waiting for it to be designed and printed and everything like that.
Yeah.
So, what kind of stuff do you want as an impulse buy? Is really what I'm asking you.
Yeah, and we had the pleasure of meeting Pack Photos, who is also a growing presence on Instagram and YouTube, who purchased one of our NBA Jam arcades when we were there. So yeah, any feedback from anybody, that's fantastic. Basically, what we try to do, or what we try to focus on, is making stuff that fits in any scene. We've done basically focusing on the New York strip. So like ice machines, mail drop boxes, newspaper vending machines, your milk crates. We did a street light with all the signs on it, stop signs, phone booths.
Yeah,
Continue. Yeah.
ATM machines. I'm working on designing like those big 30-gallon barrels. Something that we talked about a few years ago, and I actually it like fell off my radar entirely. But right now I'm fine tuning a design for the 30-gallon like almost that would carry like corrosive acids or whatever.
Okay.
Sometimes they're blue or yellow, and they have that ratchet on lid. The lid is actually what I'm trying to work on right now because it's so thin. Normally, I have to try to figure out how to scale that down so that it seems functional and potentially can be functional, versus looking at some playability options or using it to kind of smuggle weaponry if you want to do that. So there's some things that there's some gimmicks that I'm looking at incorporating into that without really going too far or exaggerating the design. But if you're good, I'm ready to go in a toy fair a bit.
I was gonna say, let's finish on the 3D printing stuff a little bit.
Sure.
Like we've seen a lot of advantages over when we first got our printers to features that they started adding to make things better for 3D printing as a whole.
Yeah.
However, the material hasn't changed, and I think what would be the best balance, and we're not there yet, is somewhere in between the finish of resin but the durability of PLA. If they ever master that, that'd be great.
It's something I've puzzled with in my brain a lot, and realistically, I just need to model some joints, sit down, and print them with different resins, because it's most likely going to have to be a resin print. The filament is not going to cut it, and even then, if you're printing a figure, you're not going to print it with a filament printer because you want it to have that level of detail. You don't really want to see print layers or anything like that.
Exactly.
So I have a few ideas that I want to play with using different types of resins. Some that have more particular more unique characteristics than your standard resin, and then pairing that up with something like an ABS that's a little bit stronger.
That'd be great.
And then going into what you said about 3D printers, I'm eyeing up that Neptune 3 Max because that print bed is so nice. 16.5 by 16.5 by almost 20 inches. That really, like that file that I sent you, that could all be done on that printer.
Now, why the Neptune? Why are you choosing the Neptune? And this is just curiosity over, like, say, the Cobra Max 2 that's coming out.
Uncle Jesse. Uncle Jesse's
hair. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He's sponsored by Elegoo. He does a lot of
is he? I don't know. I've seen him print stuff on there, and I've seen other people do prints from their Elegoo, and they just look really good. I would love to go with like a Bamboo Labs, but they're a smaller print bed and they're really expensive. But I also saw people talking about how there's not really much back end support on them. How parts don't seem to last very long. So for $1,000 printer, I want it to work for like years before I really have to have any major issues.
You actually just brought up another idea. I was thinking about when Prusa just released their large scale machine that we were talking about getting at one point. Now that it's released, how do you feel about it?
I haven't looked into it at all. I think that they're doing something really creative with that bed that rises to meet the nozzle, and that's a pretty cool technological advance. But I don't know that the print quality is going to justify. That's a $2,000 printer.
I think so. Yeah.
The bed is the size of the Cobra, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
400 by 400.
14-inch bed. Mm-hmm. It looks like it's a powerful machine, but I don't know that price justifies I don't think there's anything special about it other than that bed that rises to the nozzle. The fact that the nozzle is on a stationary raft and that your bed is what goes up and down, that really seems to be why they price it so much, because then you have all that support going on with the bed. So yeah.
I was going to say, I think it took too long to come out. So now that it's out, you know, all the standard features that they were hyping up at the time, like a multi-gear direct drive extruder, multi-point heated bed with individual pads, of course the 2 lead screws, but that's all standard on the printers that are out today. So I think they took too long creating something like that. And I'm sure people who got it are happy with it, but a little too much.
Sorry, I muted tab.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point though. It's like, pay $2,000 for this thing. Well, guess what? There are other printers that do the same thing that don't cost $1,000. That don't cost $2,000. The Neptune 3 Max is on their website. It's more expensive on Amazon, but on their website, it's $470, and you get a coupon for $40 off. I don't know. It looks like a legit machine. I love my Ender 3, and I just have the standard Ender 3, and I love that thing. I need to get my Creality S10 up and running again because I haven't messed with that since I got the Ender. But just that print area is so exciting. They're like we talked about before. There are larger things that I want to print, and like when we're getting into like printing, like a car, I could do that without having to break it into so many parts. So yeah, I see a lot of versatility with the print area that's that big.
Speaking of printers, the spool that I had for the Cobra Max fell off mid-print, so there is a layer line going around this whole console thing that I'm printing. It's a 15-hour print. As you know, I tried it yesterday and it ran out of filament, so I tried it again today.
I didn't catch that part. Damn it.
Yeah. So I'm printing it again today, and the freaking spool fell and hit the bed. And now there's like a layer line where it was at. Nothing was damaged beyond that, so everything's good to go.
I'm surprised it kept going.
Yeah, I do have to sand it probably to get that line off when we do like a final product shot to see how it looks.
Yeah.
But that sucker is huge, man.
Yeah, that's also like if I were to get a Neptune, I could print it in one go. Like I could just diagonally put that thing on the bed diagonally and then have it going. While Pete's away. Oh damn, he's back. Never mind.
No, I wanted to show you this. So this is how big it's gonna be. Yeah. It didn't finish, but as you can see, the console is going to be freaking huge. This is going to be part of a computer console. It's going to snap right on top of the larger piece.
Is that the top?
This is supposed to be the top, yeah. Okay, so it ran out. Yeah.
Damn, should I? Damn. I might have to hollow that out more.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
What are you, Troy, doing the world's worst interview?
Hello?
Oh,
who is this?
It's Matt from Shadow Moses.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I was thinking it might be too big. Maybe we should cut it back like, I don't know, 50%? 25%?
No. I did design smaller ones. I designed like that full half one, and I have the two so that you could have a walk area like straight across, and then like one that comes in the back. Because if you look at the classic Power Rangers one, there's that big console that comes across, and then you have the two back here that are like 20% of the circle on each side. But yeah, no, I love that thing is so big. But now it's making me rethink a lot of stuff, and I'm like, damn, I could have done a little bit more working on that to try and get it to be. Yeah, I could have probably.
You also mentioned like printing diagonally versus printing this way. So what I was worried about is usually layer lines like they go front and back, and when they start getting curved, they start being weird. This actually came out pretty nice if you look at the edges.
I'm honestly more worried about the fact that that top part is at such an incline, and that's where 3D printers get a little wonky when you have the layer at the top of like this, that corner up here, when you have to print that out, and that if that peels or anything like that, that's my big concern. I don't know. That's something that I've gone back and forth with, back and forth with a few things that I've designed. Was designing kind of an empty chassis, for lack of a better word, and then using a resin printer to print the pieces that would go on that.
Right.
But there's cost benefit to be taken into consideration for doing that. Plus, like, as I design more complex things, like when I'm working on vehicles and stuff, and I think about the fact that it's something that we want to sell, this is something that I'm gonna have to put together every damn time. Like,
Exactly,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna want to sit there and just snap all these things together. And I'm like, cool. The first one, I'll be like, this is exciting, and then like the fifth one, I'll be like, I hate this. Like, who designed this damn thing?
That's what I'm saying. I put this together today, and every single time I get an order, I have to put this together.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad.
No, it's not bad, but like, if you had more, so that's another thing to consider when you're doing a like a driving console or like a road rash or whatever, or if you do anything with a bike, you have to put all of that together. A bike one would be huge. It would be cool, but it would be huge, even bigger than one, which is like a driver's seat. Yeah,
Don't get people excited now. Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
That's when the requests start coming in. Like, hey, we need that motorcycle cap now.
The other guy said you could do it. So I know what stuck out to you. Are you ready to move on to Toy Fair?
Let's move on to Toy Fair. Yeah.
I'm playing with the metal wand. That's what that is. It's essentially an axle. But I know what excited you about Toy Fair, and I know what really excited me about Toy Fair. You want to go first, or do you want me to go?
No, I'll go first only because I think mine is pretty run of the mill. I've expressed that I do National Turtle Day giveaway every year. I'm a big fan of the Ninja Turtles, and seeing the box, I think they just showed the box for the Turtle Van. Pretty excited about that as well. They did show some other Mirage comic characters. I didn't get a really good look at them, but I did also see the Hiya Toys Rambo that's coming out, Rambo First Blood and First Blood 2.
Yeah, I saw those. I was kind of curious how they were. I have the Godzilla line by Hiya Toys, and their 1/18 scale aliens look kind of cool. They even did like the whole ACC. It's like $200 some because it's the whole damn thing. And they have Colonial Marines, and their line looks pretty interesting. It's a scale I normally don't mess with, but it looks kind of fun. But yeah, the head sculpt from Rambo actually looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious how they would look because their 1/18 stuff, because of the size, it looks okay. I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay.
Oh, I can do it right now. Nice.
Sorry, we're still getting used to StreamYards too.
Yeah, totally get it. That's the wrong thing. So, can you see this?
Oh yeah. So
you can see that's totally
so I hate to talk behind the scene things, but we have to add that to stage too.
What?
We have to add this to stage too. So when you pull up a screen, we have to add it to the stage.
Is it up or?
Yeah, it's up. It's totally up.
Okay. It was screenception there. So this is from Toy Ark. It's hard to find a comprehensive. Well, there are a lot, so that's not the best way. But it's hard to find something that's very comprehensive of what's being displayed and does it in a way that's organized and everything. As I was looking around, I found Toy Ark's website did a pretty good job of listing a lot, if not all, of the reveals and stuff. So looking at the Hiya Toys, this is the Rambo that we were just talking about. So they're doing some other 1/12 scale stuff. I don't know what. Oh, Universal Soldier. Okay, but
yeah. So that Van Damme does not look good.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize it was Van Damme. So, like I said, I was curious to see how these sculpts would look. And honestly, do you see my mouse or no?
Yeah.
I think that this is the best looking Rambo sculpt they have because this one he just looks more like an angry Italian guy, which I guess fits Stallone. But yeah, that First Blood 3, that one looks the best, I think. I mean, he's a little suntanned, but and his neck is thick.
His eyes are so dreamy.
Oh yeah, I know. Don't mind
Hey,
me if
babe.
I'm lost for a second.
Hey, baby, what's up? All right.
It comes with a lot of accessories though, which is kind of cool. Can't really tell what's going on with those head sculpts, and I guess that is for the headband. Sorry, I just got a text message because I'm super popular. Not at all. And I'm professional. But yeah, like it. I don't really. I don't know. And then we get yelling face, but doesn't look very emotive. So it looks more like he's like, "Hey, a meatball just fell out of my mouth." Sorry. Yeah, there's I did not realize what that was until we started talking about it. But yeah, that does not look like Van Damme at all. Yeah, it looks more like a weird Matt Damon. This is kind of cool though because we saw it with Rambo and Universal Soldier. Their 1/12th line is going into soft goods, and it's kind of interesting because NECA's done Rambo, and other lines have kind of done Star Trek. But I was talking in a Facebook group about like lines that we don't see. Everything really is Marvel and DC, so it's kind of nice to see some more studios trying different types of licenses like Star Trek. I know that I think there's a 1/6 company that does Star Trek, but I can't remember the line. But I mean, it's kind of cool to see other companies do it. I don't know that it's a great Chris Pine head sculpt, but maybe this is still just the prototype. Maybe the final product will look better. Not a whole lot of accessories with him. Not sure why he has an apple.
I think he was eating it at the very beginning during the Kobayashi Maru.
Right. Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
No, I watched it like last year because I like it. Then they're doing their 1/18th line with that. Yeah, there we go. Then we get into their Godzilla line, which is it's solid. I know you don't care about kaiju. I've said that before, but their Godzilla line is actually pretty cool. They have some unique characters, and realistically, it's a lot better than SHF. And then they're doing what size are these?
Walking Dead.
Yeah, they're doing Walking Dead, but I don't know. Oh, and Leatherface. These look small.
1/18th, yeah, it says 1/18th.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had a little stupid thing over my window. Yep, 1/18th. Okay. So, I mean, we've seen a few different companies do the Walking Dead. Did you want to check out NECA? I didn't look into NECA at all.
What's with the Biker Mice from Mars stuff? All the way at the top.
From who?
How about the Joy Toy Warhammer 40K?
That's 1/18 scale.
Okay.
I have. Oh, yeah, nice. I have 2 of these maps in the 1/18 scale. They're really cool. I know we've talked about Titanfall before, but like as nobody does like Titanfalls or anything, Titanfall or anything. Toy arcs are actually pretty good. Excuse me, Joy Toys are actually pretty good. They're not the best that you'll get. They're in a 1/18th or a 1/24th or 1/25th scale, but they're fun. Like they have a lot of cool details. There's some good articulation on them. Some of the joints get a little loose, and there's definitely parts that are just hollow probably to try and cut costs and everything because they're typically around $100. But the
Okay.
line's actually fun. I'm not into Warhammer or anything like that, but they do have a lot that looks like it's decent for army building. I have friends that are into Warhammer, and I know that there's so much that goes into it. But it looks like they have a pretty good offering of Warhammer stuff. They have a lot of the different legions. I don't know that they have a lot of the orcs, but it looks like they do have some. I don't know how expansive the orc is, especially when we literally have 3 pictures with orcs in it here.
Right.
I know Big Bad Toy Store has a lot of their stuff on it, but I was kind of curious myself because villains typically don't get a whole lot of screen time in figures. So, yeah.
You know, I've been looking for like 1/12 goblins, and I feel like that.
Four horse is probably your best bet.
Right, but they're armored up, and I'm thinking when I think goblin, I think like the more the cloth armor.
Yeah. Okay. Sort of like a Skyrim type, where they're more primitive.
Right.
Okay, that's fair.
So kind of like if you combine the plunderlings and put
It's too far back.
the other one together.
Yeah, you're like a Bokoblin from Zelda.
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking of. Where? Oh, here. We have some Four Horsemen stuff that's been revealed and already up for pre-order, but they kind of had some in the showcase. I like that they're putting out these like kind of background things to look at just as like extras on your dial. I like Four Horsemen, but the articulation's it's a little stiff and their scale is kind of strange. What is this guy?
Oh, the headless horseman. Yeah. I think that was a Halloween pre-order.
Yeah, they do
Last year?
seasonal. So like they have this Santa type mage, and then that guy, and then it looks like we have some kind of I don't know. I want to say it's still Christmas because he has this green
Wreath-looking thing from his.
Yeah. I don't do seasonal stuff. I think it's funny that Hasbro does like Star Wars themed stormtroopers and something every year. I don't do all the seasonal stuff. Oh yeah, look, Krampus. That's such a cool looking Baphomet type. That's really cool. Those horns are gnarly. And yeah, so yeah, they're goblin soft goods on them. Randomly, they have soft goods on some characters, but it's mostly like cloth, like a loincloth or kind of a cape type thing.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, he is armored up. I mean, it's just swapping out bodies, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they reuse a lot, actually. I mean, Hasbro does too, so I'm not really trying to say anything about it. I understand, but
yeah, I think I missed the boat on Four Horsemen. I wanted to jump in on the Balam, which was like a jaguar looking character in armor. And the reason I wanted it was because it reminded me of the character that I always pick when I play Elder Scrolls. I always pick the Khajiit class. Yeah. And although I'm interested in the other stuff, I'm not as interested as I would be that particular character. And I feel like had I gotten that figure, I would have been Four Horsemen crazy. But
yeah, like I have 3 or 4 of them. I have Eagleus, which is like this crazy. Let me go grab it real quick.
I love the way the demonic stuff looks. So they have like devil looking characters and like this skeletal priest looking thing with the bone wings.
Like I'm gonna have to find this guy because this guy looks awesome. I love all this evil type of shit. This thing looks so cool. Necronomicus. Yeah, I'm all about that.
I should grab that.
This guy too, though. So cool. Like, honestly, you could probably take one of their figures and kick Ashton to be the gladiator from Doom Eternal.
I was going to say, he kind of looks like the Game of Thrones, the mountain guy.
Yeah, this guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch Game of Thrones, so I don't know who looks more like it. But
I would have said you're missing out, but knowing the ending, you're good.
yeah, I don't know. It was I watched Battle of the Bastards with you, and that was kind of cool. But I don't know. It's I wish Dune would get that treatment because Dune is awesome. But yeah, then we got their whole Cosmic Legion stuff over here, which I think is really cool. I don't have any of them yet, and I'm really bummed because I feel like these would be cool to go with the Void, the strike suit, the Gomez strike suit. Yeah, some of these, I mean, not all of them, because some of them are more like primitive gladiator type races. There's kind of a mix of fantasy elements and sci-fi stuff, but some of them are just really like technology based creatures or aliens that would be kind of cool with that strike suit, I think, especially like big guys like this.
What's that black and red skull thing?
This guy?
Yeah. Oh, that's weird.
They have a few of them that look really cool with the helmet on, and then you see the unmasked head sculpt, and I'm like, oh, it loses me a little bit. I can't remember which one it was. It might not be on here. And look at like this guy looks so cool. Like I love that crimson red.
That paint, yeah.
Yeah, the paint apps on this look really cool. I like that helmet, but like underneath that, it might be a really stupid face. One of the things that I was really excited about was 1000 Toys announcing that they're doing Halo Reach figures. They don't have a lot of pictures of it, but we talked about that Master Chief before, and it's such a great Master Chief. And I'm really excited to see that they're doing the Halo Reach Spartans. I really would.
Is that a preview in the background?
Where?
Looks like a female character. The shadow figures on the left.
Oh, these? Yes.
Yeah.
That's going to be Kat. That's Emil, and then that's going to be George. This is June. This is Noble 6, and then this is Carter. So they're doing all 6 of them. I mean, you can't do one of them anyway. It would be dumb. But it also looks down here, pre-order period is expected between December 10th and December 11th. So this is going to be a cool $600 that I'm going to have to spend. Because they're typically, the Master Chiefs are like $150 a piece. You can actually find them on sale at like GameStop. Sometimes at Big Bad Toy Store.
That says October 10th, I think.
Yeah, October 10th to December 11th.
That's a good window.
It is. It is. I'm really excited. Like I said before, I would like to see them do some Elite, even if you're just doing generic ones or if you're doing Elite Zealots. And honestly, Brutes would be cool too. Or a Hunter. Oh my God, a Hunter would be so awesome. Hunter, I don't know how familiar you are with Halo. Hunters are like 10 feet tall. Like they're monstrous.
Grunts like this.
Yeah, grunts are the little guys.
Give me all the grunts.
I mean, yeah, even grunts are great to have.
Those are cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I have the Kayarts ones that are at 10-inch scale. They're kind of weird, and they're very. You could tell they're very kind of anime. They have that real Japanese touch with like the hips being exaggerated, a real thin midsection, and then
kind
of shoulder.
Brolic top weight.
What's that? What just happened? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
You were saying like itty bitty waist and like the big old top like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, looking all Jack Swole.
So I'm excited to see how these come out. They're going to be awesome, though. I'm pretty confident in that. And then they're doing Voltron, which I know it like kind of touches a soft spot for you because you like Voltron.
No, not really.
Oh, well,
I mean, I used to watch it as a kid, but
well, it's all right. Don't worry about it then. No, when we were talking about when Lego did one, you seemed like you were pretty excited about it and you made me think you liked Voltron, but I might be totally wrong about that.
I mean, it's
Um,
cool.
We have Peony Parker here. I don't have actually. I have the Miles Morales figure. This
But
is
these are already released, though, right?
yeah. I haven't seen them. I haven't even opened my Miles one.
Okay, that's new, right? They haven't released. They released this or did the pre-orders. I don't think they released that one yet.
As weird as these types of hip joints are, those are the best types of hip joints you can get for that crazy articulation.
Yeah.
Old Halo 3 McFarlane toys had that. They had a ball joint, but it was also on a swivel, so you could get unnecessarily good range of motion from the legs on those figures. We don't have anything good from. I was hoping to see the Dead Space character Isaac Clarke from Super 7, but
Let's look at the Jada Toy Street Fighter Mega Man further up.
yeah.
Want to see if they did like the Dawson photos. Okay.
Do you want me to just scroll?
Yeah, that's cool.
There's not a whole lot.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. I like how that packaging is cool. It comes in like the arcade packaging. Wow.
The articulation on these is crazy good too.
Is it?
Yeah, I have Ryu and Fei Long.
Okay, yeah, here's so yeah, we got double jointed knees. Looks like good ankle stuff going on there. Do they have is it a butterfly joint in here?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
And the vest comes off, so you could do like the shirtless
Like
Ryu.
a variant version of him?
Yeah, to get
Okay.
that extra articulation out too. A little
What's
bit
it,
more
like,
wiggle.
rubbery type of plastic?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Okay.
So you still get decent movement in it, but if you wanted to open
Yeah.
up those hips a little bit more.
Yep. Yeah,
I have Chun-Li in my pile of loot, along
Nice.
with the last two Ronin Warriors.
I have to shit my pile of loot. Look at these little guys. This is actually really cool that they're doing like a classic Mega Man set.
Yeah,
I wonder what kind of options you'll have when it comes to swapping out the Buster.
it's a good question, considering that he takes blasters.
You can swap it out, so he comes with a hand and then the Buster. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know that I'd pick these up, but from a nostalgic point of view, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they are pretty cool. I definitely pre-ordered all three of these.
Nice. I know Marvel. It's kind of funny because when I saw that there was the article talking about big companies backing out of it. To see that Hasbro was there was kind of interesting. I just pre-ordered my Green Goblin and Doc Ock on Big Bad Toy Store. Kind of curious. I don't know how I feel about these head sculpts.
They're a little soft but accurate.
Yeah, they really soften them up when they're trying to hide that they don't want to have high level of detail. It's almost like they put that filter on there.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, it's simple enough that you can recognize who it is without needing to scrutinize it for any specific details. But I like the Willem Dafoe head sculpt looks really good. I'm excited about that. I like how they even managed to get that little teeth gap in there. I hope that's on the final figure because that looks good. I was curious about that. That's pretty nice too. So it looks like there's an axle here, and then it's on like a peg that kind of allows you to get some rotation out of it.
Very cool.
Oh, he comes with the goggles too. That's awesome. And then they don't have Doc Ock up here. Thanks, guys. That's cool. Anything else that stood out to you?
Let's see.
You want to see?
Stop debating me. NECA Gargoyles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They had a whole display of gargoyles. Actually, yeah, some of the stuff's dinosaurs.
Oh, that's cool.
Scales upside. No, it's not. Yeah, I don't get into NECA, but I know that they're huge and they do so many different. They have so many licenses. It's crazy how long they've been milking some of these. Like I remember when they did the deluxe 18-inch scale spider gremlin from Gremlins.
Oh yeah.
Like, NECA really does get berserk with some of their offerings, and for anyone who's a fan of those things, it has to be so much fun. And this is such an odd license to have here. Definitely trying to bite into nostalgia having a dinosaurs line. My parents didn't really like me and my brother watching it because they felt it was so stupid.
You know what's crazy about how the show, like the show finale ended?
I saw that video.
Did you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There were. Yeah, people were saying it was a Mandela effect because they said they were like definitely from an asteroid. But no, it was like an environmental disaster caused by this guy doing something. I forget exactly what it was. I was looking at these. Super 7 is doing a Papa figure from Ghost. Super 7's another line that gets really weird licenses. Super
Yeah.
7 has so many different lines. I can't get into them. I do have their Black Falcon figure pre-ordered, but that's more so because he looks like he might be an interesting villain to just use for a generic villain.
We were talking about it a little bit earlier. Like Super 7 really lacks on articulation.
Yeah.
At the price point, yeah.
Yeah. 3-0, I was surprised by how they basically just show you stuff that already. Well, I guess some of it's new, like this guy. They're doing another Rambo. I know. Actually, I didn't realize that.
Oh, is that Cowboy Bebop? Oh, and Stranger Things. Look at that. These are 12-inch, right?
Yeah, 1/6. That does not look like that. That really looks like Lucas, though.
Wow, good job.
That's a good Lucas. That's a decent Finn. Yeah, Finn Wolfhard. It's not bad. The Demogorgon looks okay, but I think they were trying to get him in a pose that he can't really do. Yeah, so when you get into stuff like
Cowboy Bebop, yeah.
Well, they do a lot of anime stuff too. And then Neo Genesis. But they're so far their Iron Man suits are really good. I know they're doing a Black Panther, and actually I'm surprised it's not here. But at one of the cons they teased an Ant-Man figure, and I want to see them do a damn head sculpt. Like everything they're doing, the character's wearing a helmet or a mask, and I want to see what their head sculpts look like because they weren't bad with other. I don't know. I mean, some of these three, like, I don't know. I don't know what scale this is, but that's their 1/6 scale, and it looks okay. But you're gonna lose, and then for Michonne, it's not bad. It looks like she bit a lemon, but we'll see.
Could be just the angle. Yeah.
Who's this supposed to be? I don't know. Maggie? I don't know. I don't watch that show. Girl! It'd be great if someone did a meme version of the father with like his face snaking off his body. And then they have Guts, more anime stuff that I don't know.
Okay.
Bloodshot. I don't know what this guy is. Looks like a crazy guy, but he has soft goods underneath, so that's kind of interesting. This is Robotech.
Is that the Mach 5 at the bottom? The car?
This?
No. Future GPX Cyber Formula.
Yeah,
Bloodshot, yeah.
See, that scope's not bad. I mean, it's based off a comic, not a cartoon. Excuse me. But
It's 112.
Yeah, if the head sculpts or the Marvel ones look at least as good as Hasbro, I think it's worth it. The line scales well. They have a lot of cool features. I love these Iron Man suits. They're Hulk busters. Awesome. And at that price point, it has such amazing articulation. It's so good. These arms are on like a double joint. So like it's a butterfly joint. Excuse me. It's a butterfly joint, but there's also a mechanism in here that allows it to go out. And then this in the shoulder itself allows you to go out. So you could get you could T-pose this guy pretty easily.
Nice.
And then he has double jointed elbows and knees. He has a really interesting ratchet system on the inside of his hips, so the leg can swivel probably like 30 degrees and it ratchets into a position, so you could get him in a running. Like it has the one thing it's lacking is articulated fingers. Comes with 3 different sets of hands. None of them have articulated fingers, and that's the biggest bummer to me. But like his whole chest cavity opens up, and you could put the top half of the Mark 43 in there to have it actually revealed. Like it's such a good figure, and it has light up features, not as many as I might want. Like the pulsar hands don't light up, which I thought was an odd choice. I think the bottom of his feet light up. I think his back lights up. It's a really good Hulk buster, and it scales well too. Yeah, that's my diatribe. Anything else from Toy Fair? I don't know if there was anything from Wonder Festival that you saw. I think it was mostly anime stuff.
Yeah, it was mostly. I'm not familiar with newer anime. I know the classics, and that's about it.
All right.
I see some Lego sets down there. What's it say? Thor: Love and Thunder, Marvel Lego, and Hasbro Titans reveals.
Some of this is that's 2022.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of weird. They go back in time here.
Gotcha.
That's kind of. I might want to check that out just for myself, just to see if there's anything that was teased down here that was never released. But I'll do it on my own time. Beast Kingdom is trying, but when I ordered 3 other figures before, I had a lot of quality issues with them. They're doing some funky things to kind of try and break out. But
it's like steampunk stuff, like.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing variant armors. Well, no, they are doing variant armors. So it's like a medieval Iron Man. Like he has these 2 little potions down here. It's kind of a cool take, because I know that the Figure Arts, the samurai inspired line that Figure Arts released was pretty popular. So I don't blame another company for trying out something similar to that. I don't know how well it's going to do.
Is that Doctor Strange in the armor though? Because I see like the Ai Agamotto looking thing.
This is Iron Man. It's
right, but I think there was a thing in the comics where they put Doctor Strange in the Iron Man suit, but that wouldn't explain the Iron Spider costume right next to it.
It's I've seen it on Big Bad.
Oh yeah,
it's supposed to be Iron Man. It's just a medieval type of suit. Sorry, I'll go back to it.
Gotcha. I saw the potions on Spider-Man too. On his belt. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he has the whole belt with stuff. These are also at an 8-inch scale, so I'm like, I can pass.
Yeah.
Although their dark side looks pretty decent. I don't know. I like it.
It's a weird choice for the top. You see that gap between the abs and the chest too?
Yeah, that's I ended up not getting him because, like I said, I had a lot of quality control issues with the previous Beast King of figures I bought, like so bad that I gave them away. But yeah, that's not great. Like gaps like this are always a concern for people who want to
Right.
transpose them and take pictures. So, and like even here, that's his shoulder. Like I don't know, his shoulders make no sense. Either he has the traps of like the gods, or his shoulders are like low and he has a 1 foot neck.
True. See that?
Just kind of looking at the Black Adam while I'm here.
Looks good.
Yeah, it actually does. I wonder how that compares to the Mezco one. I mean, it's like 1.5 inches taller, but still. Who cares about Avatar? Yeah, Medieval Knight, Iron Man.
Oh yeah. Okay. What an interesting choice.
Yeah, it's just like playing around with different things that might have like a niche fan base. I don't know. Well, even Halo has an armor. How do I stop sharing my screen? Are you able to do that?
Bam. Done.
Nice. Even Halo Infinite has different armors. Like the first two chapters, I don't know, seasons had like a Japanese type influence armor. It was the Yokai and then the Yoroi. I think that's it. But they're like the one has like a belt with the samurai sword and stuff, and then they have this armor that looks very influenced by that. There's an upcoming Jazzwares figure that's like a Spartan, like he has a shield and a spear, and I'm like, I need to find this damn thing. Actually, I don't know where the box is. Oh, right there. So you can kind of see one of them right there.
Oh yeah.
So like this guy, you're never gonna find him because Jazzwares distribution sucks. It's so
How's
bad.
the figure as a whole?
What?
How's the figure as a whole though?
Their figures are. I like their figures. There's sometimes quality control issues, like they'll have loose joints here or there. I haven't had any problems with mine, but I know that my friend did, and like he had one that was really bad. So like he would hold the figure and the leg would just swing. He returned it and it was taken care of, but like at most I had one that the joint was just a little bit loose. I didn't have any issues like that, and the figures look good, so I like them. I haven't opened these two yet. I talked about them on the first episode because I found them then. And actually, we should be seeing more of them in stores soon. And
Really?
yeah, there's itching my face while I'm holding a box cutter. That's smart. There is actually, it's not worth bringing up again, but Toy Fair, there was actually, I don't even know if it was on the Toy Arc website, but there was a small Jazzwares, very small Jazzwares booth that kind of looked like they were opening a customer, like a store that was going to be basically you order straight from the website, kind of like Matty Collector or Hasbro Pulse, which honestly, I wish a lot more companies would go back to that model because stores are now operating from not shipping from a warehouse. They're now shipping from the store in your area. So like if you go to Target and never pre-order from Target because they charge you every month until the figure releases, and it's the worst policy. I know Target's not going to see this video, but just start shit with them because it's so bad. If you have 3 figures that are $20, they will charge you $60 a week and then they'll refund it. It's either bi-weekly. I don't think it's monthly. I think it's more regular than that. But they will charge you and refund you that full pre-order price on a regular basis until the product releases. It's a terrible system. It kind of is beneficial to work against people who just buy a lot of things to scalp them, because if someone's buying like $700 worth of crap because they're going to go flip it on eBay, they're going to charge $700 a month. So it's really discouraging to assholes, who do that. Sorry if you don't agree with that, Pete. I jumped that gun. They pissed me off. I won't lie.
No, you're right. A lot of the Target exclusive stuff I've had to get off of eBay. The one that got me recently, man, and this made me so sad, was the accessory pack for the Ninja Turtles.
Oh.
I thought I missed out on it, so I bought it on eBay aftermarket. I think I paid a little under double, but then a week after it shipped, NECA had announced that they were going to do it on their site, and I was fucking furious because I already had it in hand, and I'm like, you couldn't have said something sooner. You couldn't have been like, hey, this will be a Target exclusive for 3 months, and after that 3 months is up, you'll get your shot.
Well, it's probably in their contract with Target so that people will go and rush to Target to get it, and Target will sell out of their stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff sucks though.
Yeah.
Actually, another thing we could talk about is Toys R Us apparently coming back in brick and mortar stores.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Interesting. Although, again, going back to what I was diatribing on, when I briefly worked at Toys R Us, they didn't ship products from a warehouse. We literally had a guy who would go around the store, find the stuff that was ordered, and put it in a box and then ship it from the store. It gets to the person quicker, but you have to more quickly, excuse me. But you have to depend on stores actually having merchandise you want, because they won't ship it from another state half the time. Like, it's a really bad model, and it's basically just designed to save them money and time. Like, it's, I don't know. On the other hand, I understand, because if you're shipping stuff from a warehouse, that means you have like half cases of some product, because somebody ordered, I don't know, it could be anything. Like, it could be diapers even. Like, somebody ordered 2 boxes of diapers. Now you have a case of diapers that should have 8 boxes in it, and now it only has 5. And like, how do you deal with all those oddball quantities in a warehouse when you were supposed to be shipping cases of them to stores? So there's give and take, but ultimately we, the consumers, are the ones paying that price. Like, I get it's inconvenient for the retail chains, but when something is only available in California, and this was happening with Mega Constructs, which I collect the Halo Heroes line. It's just a Lego-sized minifigure. It seemed like these Series 16 or 17 only shipped to like New Mexico.
Okay.
The only place you get them is eBay. They were probably available at Target's website or some crap, but because Target only ships to stores that are from stores that are local to you, I couldn't get it, and then I have to pay eBay prices for it. So like, distribution for companies in general is not great. Never mind when the distributor, just the company itself, can't handle it. I contacted Jazzwares directly about seeing if there's a way I could become a vendor of their stuff, and they were like, no, it's too much demand or something. It was
okay.
I forget their exact response, but I was like, are you serious? I'm trying to help you sell your stuff so that people can get it. And they're like, not right now. So, I don't know. But yeah, Toys R Us apparently coming back because, you know, that was a company that was run perfectly.
Well, I think after they went bankrupt, they sold to a holdings company. And eventually they flipped that, if I remember right, into an online-only toy store for Canada. No.
Macy's.
And through Macy's, okay. Yeah. But they had brick and mortar in Canada still, something like that. And for them to live in this current environment, they have to depend more on technology to make sure that they're stocked and ready to ship from some kind of warehouse. So we'll see how this goes. I think they also mentioned in the article that they're doing 25 brick and mortar, but some of those will be in airports and on cruise ships.
That's an interesting idea, but it's kind of, it's not. I can understand why that's a decent decision because that's a real niche impulse market. And like, if you have to get a gift or somebody, and like you don't want to have to carry it to the place that you're at your destination. Let's say you're flying across the country to see family members, and it's like one of the kids' birthdays or something like that. And there's a Toys R Us in the airport right there. You could just grab it without like it's a huge convenience thing. Toys R Us already has insane markup on their prices because they consider themselves a specialty store. But at an airport, it's going to be even more expensive. So I don't know. That's going to be weird.
I was just thinking about kids being trapped on a cruise ship and being like, "Look, I need a toy right now, or I'm gonna lose my fucking mind."
I think it's an interesting experiment. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the appeal to that. Like, there's that matter of convenience and being right there, and then not having to. But like, even then, you have to on a cruise ship. Like, what kind of merchandise are they going to have? Like, you're not going to have crazy huge things, and you're going to have a huge markup on it. So. Again, it's going to be insane.
Cruise ships pretty much do whatever they want too, right? So they'll be like a U.S. based ship company, but fly like Swedish flags and then travel international waters where they can break so many laws.
Yeah, it's
different argument for a different day.
Yeah, we have to see what actually comes out of that whole thing.
Yeah.
So what else do you have in your pile of loot?
Well, let me see if I can bring it up. I think I have the last two Ronin Warriors.
Sorry, for those who don't know, Big Bad Toy Store has a pile of loot feature, so you could go there and kind of collect a hoard of stuff and just keep it in this area for up to 90 days on the site, and then you just pay for them to ship it. Like, you pay for the products as you go, and then you literally pay once you choose to ship your loot. You literally pay just the taxes on those and then the shipping costs, and they have flat rate shipping, which we talked about last week.
Ooh, yep. So I got the last two Ronin Warriors on there and the Jada Toys Chun-Li ready to go.
Wow, the Jada toys are a lot cheaper than I thought they would be.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's decent. 2 head sculpts at least, and then an extra set of hands. Maybe they can go a little crazier with the hands, throw in an extra set. More accessories is always good. But they always have, they gave a flame effect for each character so far. So what? I mean, would you count that as 5 accessories? 4 accessories?
Yeah, that's, I don't know.
How about you? You want to share what you got?
I'm pulling it up right now. Yeah.
Well, let's not to mention all the stuff I got on pre-order for Ami Ami, all the stuff I got on pre-order for Amazon, all the stuff I got on pre-order from 5K and VC Toy Box.
I cannot wait for these Last of Us figures. I'm so excited for those. Actually, there's so Patriot Studios who did the zombies, the RPD zombies, and then the liquor, or the biohazard, whatever they call it. They actually are doing 3 figures based off clickers. And I saw someone kind of talking about that in the Facebook group for Mezco, because the Lim Toys Rest of Us figures have been circulating there like crazy. And I don't know that I would go for those Patriot Studios liquor figures, or excuse me, clicker figures, because like I think the zombies are pretty lame. Like, we've talked about them before. The articulation's good. The quality is not that great. And knowing Lim Toys is going to be making them, I think that's definitely just worth waiting for. All right. It should have pulled it up. You see it?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hold on 1 second. Let me add it real quick. There it is.
So
Holy cow.
what?
Got a lot of stuff, man.
No, it's only 6 things.
It's only a million things.
Dude, I've had crazy piles of loot before, you know. But like so this is 3-0. They're doing the MDLX line from Transformers. These are really cool. I love them. They're at like it's roughly a 6-inch scale. But their articulation is really good. They have really good detailing. The figures just look great. I loved Gigan since Godzilla vs. Megalon, so I have to get Gigan. This is another Transformers guy, and then get my Crimson Vipers. I just received 3 GI Joes this past week. I got Snow Job, Range Viper, and then what was it? Big Ben Bennett. What's his name? David, Big Ben Bennett. Oh, and then I went to grab this guy before. This is the 3 Legion. One of the 3 Legion 4 Horsemen figures. I have 3 Legion. It's just so bizarre. I had to get it. He doesn't stand very well, but like it's whatever. He's just insane. He's a super patriotic medieval eagle character. And actually, I have the Range Viper right here. He looks really good. I wasn't completely sold on him when I first opened him up. He doesn't have great torso articulation, but the more I played with him and set him up with all his different stuff, the more I really enjoyed this figure. He also has a really cool feature on his backpack where his grenade launcher actually plugs in the. Oh my God, get out. So the grenade launcher has a scope on it.
Oh, yeah.
And it actually plugs into the backpack so that you don't have to worry about him having to carry like this extra large weapon, which is I thought a pretty clever little feature they added on it. Yeah, I have 2 of these and they're definitely really cool figures. Like I've just been really pleased with what G.I. Joe's doing. Or what Hasbro's been doing with the G.I. Joe Classified line. Snow Job looks really cool. He has a lot of fun stuff. He has ski poles, a handgun. He has these cool little snow boots that come on and off. He has this pretty awesome looking sniper rifle. And then this backpack that kind of helps carry everything. He comes with this second head sculpt with the hood. This one comes off. Yeah, just a lot of fun. Really, really just a lot of different options that I'm getting, especially with these newer G.I. Joes that they're putting out. So like Big Ben Bennett, there's nothing that really stands out with him. I think he looks more like a Russian Secret Service kind of guy. But and he comes with an LMG also. But one of the things I really thought was cool about him, thanks guys, is this head sculpt that he comes with. So you could potentially use him just like as an army builder, just generic kind of gas mask character. So I thought that was a pretty nice feature to throw in with him. Kind of like the Cobra, the Arctic Bat.
Oh, the Arctic Cobra. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, the Arctic Bat has the different head sculpts to kind of give some variety. I thought that was a nice feature to add to Big Ben to make him look different. I don't know if his bandoliers come off, but you could probably get it off because it's more just kind of soft rubber that they put on. But yeah, G.I. Joe's just been killing it. Really, I'm excited to see what comes in stock next. And it's really cool to see them on my shelves with the numbers just counting up.
It's just wild to see like Hasbro do so great with one line and then like some other lines like it's lacking. Like I think their Black series could be better.
Yeah, I know, and you said they're small too, right?
They're a little small. They're very true 6, whereas G.I. Joe and like the Marvel Legends are a little all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just like you kind of hope that when you could have like Captain America face off Luke Skywalker. And I know there's like camera tricks you could do, but I like to line them up sometimes and just make sure that they're all the same. It's just there's that extra half inch, and you could tell, you know.
Yeah, that's the other thing I think is kind of funny is the other day when I was opening up one of these boxes because it's all cardboard. I'm comfortable buying this, opening this. When it's a Marvel Legend, I'm immediately like, what quality concern issues am I going to have? Like, what's going to be messed up on him? And the other thing, actually, it happened with the Range Viper, where his arm was just bent entirely backwards. But
Okay.
like, it was just a matter of turning it around. It's no problem at all reorienting it. But I don't buy Legends because I'm just paranoid with the problems that I know they have, like head sculpts that don't look great, or things that just are subpar as far as I'm concerned. And with the GI Joe line, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, which is why I order from Amazon a lot. I did the Hawkeye with the Sky Cycle,
Okay.
and one of the eyes wasn't printed on correctly. You wait for these anniversary figures, and they come out all wonky. And I wrote Hasbro, and I was going to go through them, and I was like, you know what? Let me just return it on Amazon.
Yeah,
They'll send me another one right away.
Amazon
Opened up a brand new one, good to go.
Amazon will let you return anything, but they decide that they're going to start charging more for Prime membership because they want to add commercials to their stuff. You saw that, right?
I did not see that.
Yeah, there's going to be a new tier of Amazon Prime Video where they're going to throw in commercials on some of the stuff. So yeah, let's see how well that does for your subscription, guys. I have Amazon Prime for shipping. I forget I have it with video and stuff most of the time because it's not a great selection, and there's some things on there that I like the Tomorrow War is another Chris Pratt action movie, but I thought it was fun. Invincible is one season.
The Boys
is good, but I think it's too over the top for me. I like The Boys, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, do we really need to see this? Does it really contribute anything to anything at all? There are times where I'm like, you're doing this purely for shock value. It's like when Saw came out, they were like, we're going to be as gory as we can. Well, no, the original Saw wasn't about that. It became about that.
Yeah, I can see that.
But like The Boys is just doing like, well, we're going to do anything we can with dicks and just be over the top, crude and stuff. And I'm like, it doesn't contribute anything.
I'm already assuming you haven't watched Gen V, the spinoff.
Is it good?
I mean, you would have mentioned comments about dicks and stuff. It's in the show too, yeah.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? People love to see the dicks.
So far, it seems very Scooby-Doo.
What?
Very Scooby-Doo, like who did it? Like why? What's going on? Where's this secret lab or something, you know?
Gotcha.
What are they doing to the kids? Are the kids all right?
The kids aren't all right.
Kids aren't all right. No, the show's decent. Patrick Schwarzenegger's in it. I can't think of his name. Clancy
McDowell.
No, I don't think that's his name.
No, it's not. I made that up.
I was thinking of the guy from SpongeBob, but he's been in so many other movies.
Oh, okay. Old guy. I don't know his last name.
Yeah.
Dude, what? That's what you say. The guy from SpongeBob. You don't say the bad guy for Punisher in season 2 of Daredevil. You don't say he's the dick cop or police or prison guard in the Shawshank Redemption. Like, he's in so many things. I can't even. I'm just like fuddling around like a moron. He's in
Shawshank Redemption, Highlander, John Wick 4, Starship Troopers
as Surly Joe. I hate musicals, but Ballad of Buster Scruggs is worth watching. Only part of it's a musical, and it's also just shorts. But yeah.
All right.
Anything else you got last minute?
Well, it's October 1st. What is your Halloween? Do you do any Halloween traditions?
I don't know. Do I?
Well, here Halloween's like Christmas for us, so
Yeah.
we've already spent the first day of or October watching Beetlejuice. Hopefully, we'll go into like Gremlins or Hocus Pocus or any of the other horror movies. Try to talk him into it.
I think he's a little young for Gremlins. Try Nightmare or The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, I almost went.
I think he's a little young for Gremlins. Try Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. Try Nightmare Before Christmas and see how he does with that before you throw on Gremlins. Because Gremlins used to scare me.
This is the same kid that watches Five Nights at Freddy's, so I think he'll be all right, man.
Yeah, that's right. But like, my Halloween tradition is going to your place and not wearing a costume.
Oh yeah.
So
That is true.
yeah.
All right. Well, anything else you want to touch on before we head out?
I don't think I have anything. No, I'll say that for next week or whatever.
Okay.
Because I'll probably have a thing to present actually at that time. So
Right.
maybe
Well,
next week.
I was just going to say, don't forget, we do more than arcades, guys. So visit shadowmoses.com.
Yep.
That's
The link is in-
www.shadowmoses112.com. You can follow us on Instagram, shadowmoses112, or email us with any questions, concerns, suggestions that you might have at shadowmoses, spelled out 112, at gmail.com. We do like newspaper vending machines that are functional. We do jersey walls. We do like tables of sorts. We've done a trash can recently, right? More of the modern ones. We've done, of course, your standard milk crates. Just a variety of items. Of course, we were talking about the traffic pole and the stop signs and all that stuff earlier, but I know the Etsy crowd only gets to see the arcades. I'm thinking about changing that soon. We'll probably add some of the easier items like the mail drop boxes, newspaper vending, milk crates, and see how that goes.
Yep. And all those links that Pete was just mentioning, they are in the description at the bottom of the video. They're on our YouTube's homepage, I believe. I don't know if we have all my links set up yet on the Instagram, but
No, I should set that up. Yeah.
yeah, come check it out. Reach out to us with any ideas. And if you're watching, just chime in. We're usually on at Sundays at 8 o'clock going over all this stuff that's going on in the world of collecting and making stuff, and then join the chat if you want to
Tell us how lame we are.
Shut up.
Shut up already, God.
I know I don't have a life. I don't need to broadcast that like I just did. No, but yeah, you have ideas or any kind of requests that you might be interested in, it doesn't hurt to ask. We can't do everything by all means, but sometimes if you give us something interesting, we might be able to pick our brains and see logistically how we could get it done. So it doesn't always hurt to ask.
Yeah, and we really don't mind helping out. Like I got asked to do the bullet trails only because I even told the person that requested it I didn't want to do it because somebody else was avidly selling bullet trails. And he mentioned that the person was from another country and the shipping takes longer and they're currently sold out of the item. So I was like, you know what? Let me just step into that arena. However, on the opposite side of things, I got somebody that requested for me to make garbage dumpsters. And at that price point, I told him flat out, I don't think it would be worth it for me to design this for you because the amount that I would charge would outweigh what somebody else sells for much cheaper. At that point, I directed them to WrestlingSuperstore.com, and they have these great cheap dumpsters, $10. They scale with 112. Yeah, $10. I want to say they're $15-$20 for 3. Don't quote me on that. But they also have great props there for super cheap. And I'm not trying to take anybody's money. I just want to make some cool shit. And if I find or know somebody that does it cheaper, I will send you that way. I promise.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm looking at, they have an ambulance, but I don't think it's as good as this ambulance.
Oh no. But they do a lot of rings. They do a lot of like weapons, broken tables, ladders, chairs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Okay. Well, no, you see, like, uh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how many. I'm looking at like the trash cans right now.
Yeah, they do some cool stuff, man. Some
Yeah.
garbage dumpsters. They do cages. I just saw the cage on there.
How many trash cans do you get at a time, though? I don't know. It's not important. Right now. Sorry, Sandra.
No, you're good. You're good. Like, I have a feeling you're gonna check out this store because they have some very cool props. I'm just jumped in dumpster and they have 3 black trash cans with lids and wheels
That's what I'm looking at.
for $40 bucks.
It's a set of 4.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a set of
so
4.
yeah,
3
set of
trash
4
cans
trash
and a
recycling
dumpster.
cans with linen wheels for $35.
Oh, you're looking at that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
I mean,
prices. And
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The set of. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. No way in hell that we'd be able to compare
Right.
something. It's like you don't need it to look any more real than that. That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
I actually got mine from them and I dirtied it up and put some graffiti on it.
Yeah.
Looks great. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen people taking pictures when people start to embellish and they'll like put waste management logos and stuff on like that. But like that's the matter of gluing a thing you print on paper out to that. That looks fun. Yeah, which is the other thing that we're constantly kind of do. Like, is it worth designing? Can someone else do it for a better price for the customer? So like, I don't know. It's a battle of, is it worth it for the customer versus is it worth us taking the time to design it and work out all the intricacies of 3D printing it?
Yep.
Because there's a lot of different ways that you have to arrange 3D prints so that they print properly. So, but yeah, other than that, I think we're good. This is our longest episode so far, and I was like, "What are we going to talk about?" So if that's everything, this is Matt again, co-designer and producer Shadow Moses.
And I'm Pete, creator and co-designer. Again, www.shadowmoses112.com. Take care, guys. Good night.
Take care.